Jungle Scout's just getting better and better. We started off with just product research, then we added keyword research into sourcing, launch functionality, and now we're releasing brand new features every single week for 8 weeks. Welcome to week number 7 of Jungle Scout's Power Feature webinar series. Hopefully this isn't your first time joining us because we've already done 6 of these, releasing a brand new feature every single week. Today we'll be launching our 7th one. Make sure to stay till the end because this is going to be a fantastic webinar. Thank you very much for putting all your comments in the chat box. It's always really fun for me to read all of them. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Do any of these problems sound familiar to you guys? Maybe you've had a suppressed listing before. I know that I personally just had this happen a few weeks ago with our Jungle Snugs products. It was just 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I didn't realize it for 3 days. That means 3 whole days I missed out on sales. Or you have a hijacker on your listing that you didn't know about, which these are the worst. And it's even worse not to know that they're there because then you can't take action on it. Or maybe your pictures or your price or your listing changed. I honestly still don't know how this happens sometimes, but this has probably happened to me 50 or more times over the years where I have this different main image and I don't know why. And yeah, it's a very, very frustrating thing. Or maybe you're monitoring a new niche or a new product and you want to know about the changes in that because these markets, these opportunities do change and it's great to get notified of that. Or maybe you just don't want to have to check Amazon every day to make sure that everything's going smoothly inside of your Seller Central account and that everything looks okay. So if any of these problems do sound familiar to you guys, then you are in the right place because today's webinar, we're going to be talking about how to make sure you never have one of these problems again. If you stayed till the end of today's webinar, I'll be giving out 10 t-shirts just like the one I'm wearing. I know some of you guys in the chat box actually already won one of these t-shirts, and we'll be giving away 10 of them again at the end of the webinar. I will also be including a special deal for any of those who aren't already Jungle Scout customers, and you're going to get a chance to see how you can set up alerts for dozens of different items inside of your Amazon account to solve all these problems that we were just talking about. This is week 7. So we've already done this 6 times. In past weeks, we released a new way to find your competitor suppliers. We launched our brand new educational content inside of our new academy. We released sales analytics so you can keep up with all of the metrics inside of your business. We released our brand new keyword scout with support for all of the EU as well as historical keyword data. Our brand new opportunity finder, which is now the best way to find new products on Amazon. Last week, we had our keyword rank tracker, and today we're going to be launching our brand new alerting feature, which is very, very awesome. It's one of the best ones. And next week, we still have one more launch. We may have saved the best for last, so make sure you tune into that one. I love reading all the comments from you guys. Feel free to drop in the chat box if you have any comments for us now, but it makes both myself as well as everyone who works here at Jungle Scout very happy to see how much you're enjoying the products. Everyone's been working really hard to get all this stuff ready for months and months, and there's a lot of people working on it. So it really makes us happy to be able to read comments like these. It's also been awesome to see the reviews that we've been getting. The sky's the limit with Jungle Scout. Jungle Scout is so powerful, worth every penny, great software, easy to use, good accurate data. So there's lots of awesome stuff here and we really appreciate it, guys. So today we're going to be talking about setting up 3 different type of alerts. And all these are very important. I'm going to show you guys how to do this. But what's important is that you don't wait to set these up, because if you're anything like me, life gets in the way, things get hectic, you have other stuff that you need to do, and it's very important to set up these alerts, and you're gonna see why. But we're gonna be setting up alerts so we can monitor all of our competitors, not only the competitors for the products that we're selling, but future or potential competitors for niches that we wanna get into. We're also going to be setting up alerts to track all listing changes. So those are things like titles or images or bullet points or whatever else. We want to know about all these different listing changes. And I definitely want to be notified anytime I have a hijacker on my listing or when my listings is suppressed, because that either means that I'm sharing the buy box, which probably means that I have half as many sales, or it means that I'm not getting any sales, which costs a significant amount of money. So don't wait. As I go through this today, I encourage all of you guys to be setting up the alerts the same time that I'm doing it to make sure that you do not forget. So with that being said, let's not waste any time and let's jump right into it. So I'm gonna be demoing the Jungle Scout application. A lot of you guys already have this. If you don't have it, I'll be giving a special deal at the end of today's webinar. And I'll also give you a little bit of a oversight of what other functionality and features we're including inside of Jungle Scout. So if you log into your Jungle Scout account now, you'll see that as of this morning, you have this little button up here that says alerts. So we've built in this really, really awesome alerting functionality to notify you of changes whenever they're being made to either your own listings or competitors' listings or future opportunities listings or any other products really on Amazon. So the first thing I like to do is I'd like to turn on alerts for that competitor monitoring like I was talking about a little bit earlier. And the best way to do this is to go inside of the Jungle Scout product tracker. So it's underneath Find Products, you go into the product tracker. And of course, you're in here, you're tracking all of these different products. Historically, this has been primarily to take, to organize the different products or different niches, as well as just a great place to view all of these and really look at these different products kind of underneath a magnifying glass, as I like to say. But now you can also turn on alerts for these different products. So you'll see this little bell over here on the right-hand side. When you click the bell, it turns black and that adds the product to your alerts. As you can see, I'm already receiving alerts for a lot of the products in here. And if you like to do it, turn all of them on very easily, which I encourage you to do so, because why not? You can select the little box up there, click the bell, and that will add all those products to alerts. So it's very easy to do it. Like I said, right now, before you forget, I encourage you to go inside of Jungle Scout, hop into the product tracker right now and start turning on all those alerts, and I'll show you how to fine tune those alerts here momentarily. You do not need to be selling on Amazon, or you do not need to have a Seller Central account to use this, this ability. So you don't have to have a Seller Central account to turn on the alerts, just like I'm showing you here. All right. So that's it. That's all it takes to turn on the alerting for your competitors or for these different niches that you might be interested in going into. Now, me personally, I do sell on Amazon, so I would also like to turn on alerts for any products that I'm selling. Now, maybe you're tracking your products inside of your product tracker. Some people probably do, some people don't. Personally, I know that I don't have them in there right now. So to turn on alerts for my products, so I can be notified of something like a hijacker or if that main image is changing, I just go into my product settings, click on my products, and these are all of the products that I currently have for sale on Amazon, okay? And just like inside of the product tracker, all you have to do is click the little bell over here on the right-hand side. And these are the very important ones that you guys should be turning on, okay? So for these, of course, you do need to be selling on Seller Central because these are the products that you have up for sale on Amazon. But that's really all there is to it. You just click on that bell and it turns on, okay? And this is really important for me to have these alerts on because these are probably the ones that I care the most about being notified of for any changes. So go in there right now before you forget and get those turned on. After you've done so, you might be thinking, okay, how do I change what alerts I'm getting? Or how do I fine tune these? Or how do I be notified of different actions that are happening inside of my account? And to do that, all you need to do is just click on the little alerts button up here on the right-hand side. And that is going to show me all of the alerts that I've received, and they're organized by day. Now I'm tracking a lot of products. I also have a number of my own products. So I see quite a few different alerts in here. And in here, I'm seeing all types of different alerts. For example, one of the competitors' products that I'm tracking here, I see that they received a new review. I see that there's less sellers on this listing now. I also see that their BSR has increased. So this is one of my competitors, and you can see that over here on the left-hand side, the orange or yellow bar goes away after I've clicked on it. And then I can also start to look at the alerts for my own products. So this right here, this is a Jungle Scout t-shirt, and I can see that in here, I've received a very important notification. I can see that the product category has actually been changed from cell phones and accessories to books. And I can also see that now the title is a little bit different, and there's actually been a review removed, okay? So these are very important types of alerts that you'll want to be notified of, because these are all things that heavily impact your listing and your sales. And you don't want to have to be burdened with going into Amazon every single day, checking to make sure everything looks right, logging into Seller Central, checking your competitors. That could literally take hours, where all these alerts are set up so that it does all this for you guys automatically. So this can literally save you a ton of time, and it can make sure that none of these things happen without you realizing, because you are being alerted of it, all right? So it's extremely important. Now, maybe you're looking at this and you're thinking, okay, this is a lot of alerts. There's some things that I really care about, or there's some things that I definitely want to be notified of, and there's others that aren't maybe as important to me. So in that case, all you have to do is up here on the right-hand side, click on Alert Settings, and you can see I can turn on or off all different types of alerts, and I can also adjust them to be more or less sensitive. For example, with the bestseller rank, right now I have it set that when my BSR changes by 20%, either up or down, notify me of that. And if it's easier, you can do it by the number instead of the percentage. I prefer the percentage because this particular one applies to all of my products. Same thing with price and rating. Right now I have it set up to notify me when a new review is either added to my listing or removed to my listing. Of course, all my listing changes, I want to know if there's another hijacker taking the buyback box for me, or if there's a new seller. And I definitely want to be notified if my listing is suppressed and is no longer available. So me personally, I have all of these different alerts turned on, but feel free to customize it for your specific purpose. So as you can see, this is very easy to set up. It literally just takes a few minutes to get set up. After doing so, it will save you a whole bunch of time. So I encourage you guys, like I said, to jump in there and get it set up right now. Now, I just saw in the chat box that someone asked me, okay, then what do the alerts look like? So let me actually pull one of those up for you guys right now. You can take a look at it so you'll know what kind of alert you are getting. All right, so not only are you guys gonna be getting alerts of what's happening. So for example, I had 3 review changes, 4 listing changes, 4 BSR changes, and 1 new seller. And I can click that. That takes me right into my alert dashboard and shows me the specifics of each individual alert. But what I really like about receiving this email every single day is that not only am I getting all the details from my alerts, but I'm also seeing a snapshot of my sales, which is super cool. So if you guys tuned in to the webinar a few weeks ago, you know that we released the Jungle Scout Sales Analytics. And with my sales analytics, I love to log in here every single day and take a look at my sales. So to see how well my business is doing, right? What's more fun than an entrepreneur? What's more fun for an entrepreneur than to log in and see your sales? It gives you like that little bit of adrenaline rush, right? Or that dopamine rush that I really enjoy. I love seeing when I'm making new sales. So I find myself in here looking at this a lot, but it would actually be easier if I just got an email of this every day, just in case I didn't have a chance or didn't get a chance to log in and look at it. So that's exactly what this is doing. Is every day I just get a little daily snapshot. It shows me my overall profit, how many units I've sold, revenue, expenses. And this also just lets you do a little bit of like a sanity check just to make sure that there isn't anything inside of here or there aren't any numbers here that you didn't really expect, okay? So not only are these emails going to be sending you the daily snapshot of what's happening with your alerts, but it's also going to be sending you a snapshot of how your sales are doing. So it's a really awesome thing. We've been testing this for the past few weeks, and I love getting this email every day. I always open it up right away because I'm like, oh man, how many did I sell yesterday? It's a really awesome thing. So that's really all there is about all there is to it with setting up alerts. It's very easy to do. So a quick Overview one more time. To set up the alerts for either your competitors' products or other products that aren't yours or you don't have loaded into Jungle Scout, just go into your product tracker. You can find all the products in the product tracker and just click the little bell to receive the alerts. For any products that are yours, all you have to do is just hop into the product settings, go to My Products, and right there, again, the bell's on the right-hand side. Every day, you can log in to view the different alerts by just clicking the alerts up here on the right-hand side. It gives you a summary of all the different alerts. And if you decide, hey, actually, I don't care anymore about when my BSR changed, but I definitely want to be notified of a listing suppression or a review change or whatever else, just log right into the alert settings and you can change all of them. So a really powerful tool. These are some of the different alerts that we currently have set up. So, I already talked about all of these, but it's worth talking about one more time. So not only the title, but also the images, when there's category changes, when you get new reviews or reviews have been removed. I specifically like the last one, when reviews have been removed, when there's star or rating changes, products unavailable, if you have hijackers on your listing, if you have piggybackers on your listing, when your BSR changes, as well as when your price changes. And there's even a lot more alerts coming soon. Things like when your keyword ranking has changed, or to shoot you a text message when some of these things like your listings has been suppressed. So you know right within an instant and don't have to wait a little while to check your email. There's also going to be additional customizations and a whole lot more, and those will be released soon. I always love hearing what this is worth to you guys. So go ahead and drop it in the chat box right now. There's probably actually some of you guys in the chat box right now using this tool, so you'll actually be able to cancel it now that you have. The beautiful thing about the alerts with Jungle Scout is there is no limits on the alerts. You can create unlimited number of alerts for any product that you're tracking on Jungle Scout, okay? So any product in there you're tracking or any product that is yours, you can set up as many alerts as you want, because if you start looking at some of these competitors, a lot of them are actually, they limit the number of alerts you can receive, and none of that is happening with Jungle Scout. So we're not gonna be charging you an extra $50 or $100 or $250 for this. Our price really is that it's included free inside of your Jungle Scout subscription. Just like all this functionality that we've been releasing the past 6 weeks, all this has been included inside of your Jungle Scout subscription for free. Okay, so you don't have to pay an extra $50 or $100 or $230. It's included free inside of your Jungle Scout subscription. And I know that there are a lot of you guys in the chat box that are now going to be able to save a lot of money by canceling some of these other subscriptions that you've had. So not only are you going to be getting the alerts functionality that I just went over, but inside of Jungle Scout, there's of course the opportunity finder that we just released, which is super, super powerful for finding new ideas. We have our product database to help you find these different ASINs and new ideas. You're of course going to get our product tracker to organize these different product ideas that you have. You get access to our supplier database, which is now the best way to find verified suppliers or find the suppliers that your competitors are using. Keep track of those suppliers with our supplier tracker, the best keyword research tool in the market, Keyword Scout, which includes awesome seasonality data and trend data and PPC data. You get the listing builder to help you optimize these listings, the keyword rank tracker so you can keep track of how you're ranking for these different keywords for your products or even your competitors' products. Access to our promotions platform, which has over 250,000 bargain hunters on there waiting for Amazon coupons to help you guys get additional sales to either launch a product or just help liquidate or get additional sales. We have our follow-up email campaigns, so you can ask all of your customers to leave a review or provide follow-up information after a sale has happened. You get access to our sales analytics platform, the extension. I'm running out of breath because we have so much stuff included in Jungle Scout now. And you also get access to one of the best Amazon educational resources on the entire internet, which is our academy built right inside of Jungle Scout. So a ton of functionality. And this really is now like the ultimate all-in-one tool for Amazon sellers. You're really kind of crazy now if you are an Amazon seller and you don't take advantage of Jungle Scout, because it is such high value at such a low price. And it really is an all-in-one tool for Amazon sellers. It's not just product research. It is everything you need to not only get started, but to grow your business and to optimize it and to get the alerts and save you time. It's just a super, super powerful thing. If you don't already have access to Jungle Scout, we put together a special deal just for you guys, and you can find it at junglescout.com/power. This is a fantastic deal. Most of the people choose to take advantage of the package we put together on the right-hand side, and I'll show you in just a minute what that page looks like and how to find it. And when I was going through and comparing all these different competitors, and they had a little piece of functionality here and a little piece of functionality there and kind of a poor piece of functionality there, I was like, man, we really are giving away probably like 10 times more functionality than the competitors at significantly less price. It's a crazy deal. It's crazy. junglescout.com/power if you'd like to take advantage of that special deal. With everything we sell, there's a 14-day money-back guarantee, so this really is risk-free. If you're on the edge a little bit, you can always purchase it and get your money back if you decide you don't like it, even though I'm sure that's not going to happen. You get access to our industry-leading support team, all the friendly faces you see right here inside of this picture. And if you're an existing customer, we'd also like to extend this deal to you guys. So all you have to do is shoot us an email at support@junglescout.com and we'll get you hooked up with this deal. I'll now take some questions. So drop in the chat box, wherever it is over here, maybe. Drop in the chat box what kind of questions you guys have for me. I'll be more than happy to answer them. While you do those and you start dropping your questions in, I'm just gonna show you what this landing page looks like, because I know a few of you guys have asked about this before. Jay Glance is saying it's not 10 times more value, it's 20 times more value or 30 times more value. So this junglescout.com/power. This is our pricing right here. Like I said, about 90% of people choose to take advantage of this one over here on the right-hand side, but we do have a lower price one if you'd rather just do it for a few months. But this is it right here, junglescout.com/power. And like I said, if you are an existing customer, shoot us an email over at support@junglescout.com and we'd be more than happy to get you hooked up with this deal. All right, so first question is, oops, I clicked on two at the same time, kind of. So if I understand this correctly, the alerts will send updates each day for any product. Yes, that's true. You can load in any product and the alerts will send you updates for them. So these don't need to be just the products that you're tracking, but instead, these don't need to just be your products, but these can actually be any products that are either yours or any of your competitors or anyone else on Amazon. So this doesn't just need to be your products. It will do alerts for any products. This is a good one. Away We Go 747 says, what can you do about someone hijacking your ASIN? There's a few different things that you can do about this. If this person is selling a counterfeit item of yours, which actually is oftentimes what happens when someone's selling on your listing, they're just selling something very similar and they choose to try to sell it on your listing. What you can actually do is you can order that product, you can take a picture of it, you can send it into Amazon, report it as counterfeit, and Amazon takes the counterfeits very seriously, so they'll then take that hijacker down off your listing. If this person just has kind of like one unit for sale, it's usually not that big of a deal. They essentially take one sale away from you. But if they have a bunch of units in stock in their inventory, then it's definitely something you want to report to Amazon to get it taken down. All right. I think HM Coordinator was asking about where to get the alert button. you probably either have to refresh your Jungle Scout account or maybe even log out, log back in, but that should solve any problems that you have there. All right. Ramia says, if we add the ranking keywords from competitors in our backend search, will it make us rank on the first page? Short answer here is no. It can help you rank on the first page, but there's different things that Amazon take into account with what keywords are relevant for your particular product than just the back-end search terms, okay? So the gist of it is they take into account your sales velocity, so how fast you're selling your product, both historically and common day, as well as your keyword relevancy for your particular product. And most importantly, probably, well, they're all important, is the conversion rate of your listing. So there's a lot of things that will affect your conversion rate, like the price, the number of reviews, the quality of the reviews, quality of your listing. These are all things that will affect your conversion rate. And they look at that whole picture holistically. So that's how you can rank well for keywords. Milton asked, can you explain what a hijacker or a piggyback rider is? Yes, I can. So on Amazon, they allow, through their platform, anyone to sell on any listing. It was originally created like this because really before the days of private label sellers, or even kind of how it is today, and I'm pulling up an example here, they wanted to create a competitive marketplace where there's multiple people selling on the same listing and you can select the same price, okay? So this is different than what, say, eBay was like at the time, and this is one of the reasons that Amazon picked up so much success was, on eBay, you had to sort through all these different listings that were essentially selling kind of the same thing. So Amazon was like, okay, on our platform, we want our customers to easily be able to find all of the all of the sellers for one product so that the sellers are competing on price. So I just went to these Sony headphones, and over here it says that this is available for 53 different sellers. So I can actually go through this and you can see all the different people that are selling this particular item. Now, some of these are actually new, but other of them are, some of these are actually used, but some other ones are actually new. So this would be, like Sony has a bunch of customers that they sell their goods to wholesale, and then these different people are selling these items on Amazon. So of course, this would be a really competitive one to sell on, but when you're selling a private label product, like a lot of you guys out in the audience are right now, it's bad if there's any other sellers on your particular listing, right? So this is an example right now of a hijacker or piggybacker that I have on my particular listing, okay? So I just got notified of this today through the alerting system, and right away I took action on it to try to get this person kicked off of my listing. I know that I don't sell my jungle sticks to anyone else, so no one else should be storing this product in new condition on my listing. So, if it wasn't for the alerting system, I probably wouldn't have known that there's someone else selling this on my listing right now. Did anyone else see the side window that now opens? Yeah, I noticed, Devin, that they changed that recently, and oftentimes it happens for some people and not others. James said, I've been paying $49 a month and I can now get it for $33 a month. If you go to junglescout.com/power, you can get access to it for $399 for a year. So yes, that would work out to be about $33 per month if my the math in the back of my head is correct. But if you want to take advantage of this, junglescout.com/power. James, you can save quite a bit of money by taking advantage of this special deal that we have running just for this particular webinar. All right. HM coordinator asks, can you please do a quick review of rank tracking by adding in a competitor's ASIN? Yes, I can do that. That's not really the feature we launched this webinar, but that's all right. We'll go ahead and do this anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop right into Amazon now. I'm going to find one of my competitors, because let's find this guy, Mr. Fly Party. I'm going to grab his ASIN. I'm grabbing it out of the URL, but you can also grab it out of the detail section below. I'm going to go in here and go into bamboo sticks. Oh, I already have that guy in there. 1 second, let me grab a different one. Let's see if this guy is ranking for anything. Go ahead and add that. Bamboo sticks. All right, that's the product. I'm gonna select my keyword list that I made for marshmallow sticks. And now I'm going to add this product. And what it does is it adds it into the, let's see which one, this one, bamboo stick. So I'm now tracking 371 keywords for one of my competitors' products. And it just went through and it checked to see what keywords they're ranking for. And of course, I can go through and I can click on these to see what the rank history has been like. So it's a really powerful thing to be able to see how your competitors are ranking for these different keywords. So very easy to do. As you saw right there, just within a few seconds, I was able to start not only view the keywords that they're ranking for, but also to start tracking those. Let's see. This is an excellent question, Doppeltree. We actually already have an alert set up that will notify you if the category changes. Or let's see, yeah. So to answer your question, yes, we already have this. We notify you if there's a category change. So, if you're in a category that's not the adult category and get changed to that, we'll actually send you a notification. So I've heard this happen to a lot of other people before. I know it's extremely frustrating because when you're in the adult category, you can't do PPC and you don't show up in the organic search results. I guess you have to go to that category specifically. So again, this is like one of those things that you always just want to be monitoring and be checking. How often is it checking every keyword? I think what you're referring to there is our rank tracker, and it's checking it and displaying it daily right now. Guardian says, does this work on the Chrome extension? There is not an integration for the alerting feature into the Chrome extension right now. You have to go into not the Chrome extension, but inside of the Jungle Scout product, and that's where the alerting functionality is set up. Let's see. How do I create a new ASIN for a product purchase at a discount that I would like to resell? So in this situation, you actually wouldn't create a new ASIN because if this product already exists on Amazon, you don't create a new listing for it. So instead, you would just sell in this listing that already exists. This one says, do the alerts apply to products when they go out of stock? Yes. So one of the options to choose in here is the availability. So when a product's availability changes, so if you go out of stock and it's no longer available, Jungle Scout's alerting system will send you an alert to let you know that it's out of stock. So whether that's your product or one of your competitors, it doesn't really matter. It will send you those alerts no matter what. Let's see. Milton has a good feature request here. You should add bells to the Chrome extension next to the products you were looking at. Good idea. This is, we wanted to go ahead and get this out to you guys right away, but there's a lot of improvements that we'll be making on this all the time. So that would be a great one to make. Let's see what other questions apply to this. These are a little bit unrelated, but if you delete a listing, can you use the UPC again? I believe the answer to that is no, that once a UPC code is registered in Amazon's system, that you're not able to set up a fresh listing with that UPC code again. Here's a great question. Nico asks, are there any tools on Jungle Scout that we can use or leverage to help us get more reviews for our products? Great question. The answer to that is absolutely yes. This is a very important thing for Amazon sellers. And as you would expect with any all-in-one tool, or the ultimate all-in-one tool that I called it for Amazon sellers, we do have help or functionality to help you get more reviews. One way to do that is by sending follow-up email campaigns, okay? So right here, I have all my follow-up email campaigns set up. And how it works is after a customer purchases my product, Jungle Scout automatically sends them an email asking them to leave a review. You can also include other information in the email, like maybe assembly instructions or an ebook or whatever else. But the primary purpose of this for most people is going to be to ask the customer to leave a review. So right inside of here for inside of my email campaigns, you can create these really just in a few minutes, and it'll start automatically sending emails to all the customers purchasing your product and ask them to leave a review. And we've created some really good templates inside of here that will actually help you. You can see there's a bunch of good templates in here, and all of these have been optimized to help you get the maximum amount of reviews. The one other piece of functionality inside of here that I would say helps you get reviews is we actually have this really cool promotions section. And with these promotions, we have a community of about 200 or over 250,000 shoppers. And these shoppers are essentially just bargain hunters, okay? So these shoppers are bargain hunters, they're looking for deals. So what you can do is you can give out coupons and these bargain hunters will purchase your product. And this is especially applicable when you launch a brand new product. Now, they're not trading like this purchase for reviews by any means. That's against Amazon's terms of service. But just by helping you get additional sales, when you get additional sales, it will just naturally increase organically the amount of reviews that you get. So both of those work well. Jim Carrera says, cool, email campaigns are inside of Jungle Scout. I missed that before. Jim, before you forget, go in there and set them up. The email campaigns are literally one of the most powerful features inside of Jungle Scout. They are also extremely important for increasing the rate at which you're receiving reviews. So, cancel that other subscription that you're paying $100 a month for just to send emails. Just send them directly from Jungle Scout. A lot of people have told us that the way that it's set up and the templates that we have are a lot better than the competitors anyway. Can you explain listing titles? The listing titles that's created by whoever created the ASIN. Typically, you try to put a lot of your relevant or applicable keywords inside of the listing title. The reason that alerts are valuable for monitoring your titles is that they allow you to, or they notify you if there's any changes to your title. So sometimes, like Amazon's whole catalog system's like pretty goofy. It was built like 20 years ago, and there's just like some things are kind of goofy sometimes, and you guys know what I'm talking about if you're familiar with it. But like sometimes other people can actually edit the titles of the listings that you create, other times they can't. So I think it's either by accident or maybe it's actually a competitor trying to do this. From time to time, your title will get changed, or it might even be someone from Amazon's catalog team. Your listing will get changed, but it's good for you to know that right away so you can go back and change it to where it's at, because that does affect your organic rankings. Robert says 100 likes and Greg will shave his beard. That works for me. It's getting kind of, no, I mean, I will only do that if you guys give me 100 likes. This is a great question. H to the B said, what if I have 2 Amazon accounts? Do I need to own 2 different Jungle Scout accounts? As you can imagine from all of the value and the functionality that we're giving away, we are big on giving away lots of powerful functionality. We're not big on nickeling and diming you guys for every little thing, this, there, and everywhere else. So to answer your question is no, you can actually add as many Amazon seller accounts as you want into Jungle Scout. So right now we can see that I have my North America and Euro account added into Jungle Scout. But if I had a few other ones that I wanted to add, I can easily go in here and add them right away. So you don't even need 2 subscriptions. All you need is just 1 Jungle Scout subscription, and you can add all your different businesses in there. So it's a really powerful thing. Let's see. Here's a good question. What are the most important or common uses of alerts? And I'll tell you some of the most common ones, and I'll also tell you some of the favorite the favorite alerts that I like to make sure that I have set up. So if we look inside of all the different alerts that Jungle Scout can do, here is a list of them right here. You can see that you see the long list of them right here. Now, the most common alerts really depend on whether or not it's your own product or you're tracking one of your competitors' products or tracking a product in a niche that you may be interested in. So if I'm tracking, products from a niche that I may be interested in, the things that I like to know is like when they receive reviews or if the star rating has changed significantly. I also like to know if their product's unavailable, especially if it's one of my competitors, because that means that I might actually increase my price to make a little bit more money when they're out of stock. And those are, I think those are the few of the ones that I would encourage you to make sure you set up for your competitors' products or the products that you don't sell. Now, for the products that are yours, I like to be notified of everything, but probably the most important ones for me are when I have a hijacker on my listing, if there's any listing changes, but especially like a price change. And then I would definitely want to be notified if there's significant review changes. But there's actually about everything on this list, I would like to be notified of my own product. But some of them, I would kind of like freak out on and like want to take action right away. Whereas there's other ones that's like, okay, this is really helpful information for me to know without trying to keep track on different spreadsheets or wherever else of, where all these different, or how or when these different changes are happening. Another good question, do the alerts work in the EU? Yes, they do. The alerts work in both North America as well as the EU, so we want to be supportive of those customers as well. Is the Academy a step-by-step guide on how to start an Amazon business? Yes, it is. The Academy, we released this new version of the Academy during this webinar series. You can see right here, so this not only is tutorials on how to get the most use of out of our product, but it's also selling on Amazon A to Z. So how to get started, product research, optimizing your listing, launching your product, sourcing your product, and we're releasing new ones about every week for the rest of the year. So really by the time you get started on all these lessons and you're almost done, there'll be the new modules released if you follow along with it right now. So if you're not familiar with how to sell on Amazon, or maybe you have a little bit of an understanding of it, but you would like to learn more, then Jungle Scouts Academy is a fantastic way to learn all about selling on Amazon. I would encourage you to do so. It's been really, really cool talking to our different customers that have paid like $1,000 or $5,000 or a lot of money for these different courses. And they're literally like, Greg, the videos and the content that you guys have created inside of the Academy is literally better than any of these other courses that I'm paying a lot of money for. What's the email address for your support team? support@junglescout.com. Is there going to be a Christmas Jungle Scout shirt out? Greg on a sleigh being pulled by a reindeer would look great. Rob, there wasn't going to be, but now that you came up with that idea, I think we have to get it, right? So, answer your question, yeah. We are definitely creating t-shirts of me on a sleigh being pulled around by reindeer. Mohammed said, what are the point of product suggestions if everyone on Jungle Scout is going to see it? Or does it suggest different products for each one depending on their search history? And I think what you're kind of referring to here, Mohammed, may be the opportunity finder. But let me explain it this way, okay? So inside of the opportunity finder, actually on Jungle Scout as a whole, you're not just looking at like a small subset of the opportunities that we've identified, okay? This is literally every product type or every niche on Amazon is loaded in here, okay? So I think a lot of people are like worried like, oh man, what happens if someone else finds my opportunity or finds the niche that I want to sell in? And I mean, it's every niche on Amazon. So like it's all of them. It's everything for sale on Amazon have all been included inside of here. So it's like there's not really other stuff that isn't in here, okay? And really once you start searching through it, what you realize is there's tons and tons of different opportunities, literally millions and millions of different opportunities on Amazon. And I wish we had millions and millions of customers. We don't quite have that many. So there's going to be tons of different opportunities. There's plenty to go around for everyone looking at it. And like I mentioned, I mean, it literally is like all of the different niches on Amazon. So it's not like we've just chosen like the top 100 and put them in here and everyone are competing over those. Like there's millions and it's like all the stuff on Amazon. What do you consider in choosing keywords? I consider a lot of different stuff when I'm choosing keywords, and I'd actually encourage you to go back and check out, I think it's like week 3 or 4 when we released the new Keyword Scout. I think that's actually the best thing to do because it's like a nice thorough walkthrough. It shows you all the functionality of Keyword Scout, and it's also just a fantastic way to choose keywords and how you use them. Also inside of the Jungle Scout Academy, there's a whole bunch of modules specifically on that question. So there'll be a much thorough answer there than what I'm able to do in just a minute on here. We have time for about 2 or 3 more questions, so go ahead and drop them in the chat box now. Do you see these alerts useful when using a VA to manage some of your products? Yeah, absolutely. I don't know right now if you're paying your VA to go through and to check all these different things that the alerts are doing automatically, but you know, even if their hourly rate isn't that high, you're still saving. I mean, honestly, if they're doing this, I guarantee that you are paying them more to just go through and check all these than what you'd be paying for a Jungle Scout subscription. So I think the answer to that is yes, the alerts are still very useful and likely actually even going to save you money, Venkat. Can I track a niche with Jungle Scout? Yes, you can. The best way to go about doing that is to hop into Jungle Scout under the product tracker section. Okay, and what I like to do if I'm trying to track a particular niche, I like to, let's pretend this niche is, I'm trying to look around my office for ideas. Let's just do water, glass. All right, so this is the niche that I want to start tracking, and it recommends a bunch of products for me to add to it. What I can do is I can choose a number of these to add. And I can also, of course, add them one by one, but just for the purpose of the example, I can add all of those in. And I'm now tracking this particular niche. So I'm adding whatever products that I believe make up that particular niche. And I'm able to track this on a day-by-day basis. So it's really cool because we keep track of all these items on a daily basis. I can see how many sales they've had each day. Wow, this one's selling a lot, 110, 115 sales per day. I can see what kind of inventory was in stock for this particular product. And then I can also look at the niche as a whole because I can see all of the summary statistics right up here at the top, okay? So I can see that when I'm on this page, and then when I'm trying to compare different niches to see which one's the best for me, I can look at the entire list and decide like, okay, you know, this is the price, this is about average number of sales, number of reviews, and it helps me compare these different niches. So yes, it's a powerful way to track a niche using the Jungle Scout product tracker. Last question. Format 1998 asks, what is a listing suppression and how does it happen to you? It happens for a number of different reasons. So I'd probably say the most common reason that this happens is that you've gotten a lot of returns for your product. And as a result, Amazon's concerned that there's quality issues with your particular product, okay? So that's the most popular way for a suppression to happen for your listing, but there's other ones too. Like for whatever reason, these, like just a month or two ago on my hooded baby towels, it got suppressed because it thought it was, it suppressed it until we provided like a pesticides certificate. And I think the reason it asked for that or that it was flagged is because it's made out of a bamboo material. And I guess, you know, since bamboo is a plant, you could use pesticides on it. Anyway, we're ultimately able to just contact customer support and they were able to remove that. But again, my listing was suppressed for probably like a 2 or 3 days without me even realizing. So that was actually one of like the catalysts to get us started with building this alerting feature, because it's like, man, this is costing me a lot of money to not know like the moment that my products are getting suppressed or something like that is happening to them. So there's a number of different ways they can get suppressed, but those are a few examples of it. So guys, thank you very much for tuning in to this webinar. If you haven't already taken advantage of this deal, I think you're a little bit crazy. It really is just such a good value. If you already have Jungle Scout and you'd still like to take advantage of this deal, what you can do is you can shoot us an email at support@junglescout.com, and our lovely support team would be more than happy to get you set up with the deal. If you're a new customer, just go to junglescout.com/power and you will see this pricing table right here. Like I said, 80 or 90% of people choose to take advantage of the package over on the right-hand side because it really is such a good deal. And I think you guys will see the same. So now that I'm sure 99% of you guys in the chat box have Jungle Scout, I strongly encourage you, go in there right now, set up the alerts before you forget. You're just a little bit crazy not to, because you can literally spend 5 minutes and it can save you a whole bunch of money by knowing exactly when those listings are suppressed or how your competitors are doing. So go in there, do it right now before you forget. Thank you guys very much. I've had a blast and I will see you next week for week 8, the final week of our Power Feature webinar series. Thank you very much.